Coach, whenever you're ready, and then we'll open up for questions.
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to win an ACC game, and that second quarter will be an opportunity for us to kind of lock in and understand how much we have to stay focused, how we want to play. But other than that, there were a lot of good stretches for our guys, right down the roster. So 2 people here did a whole lot more tonight than I did, so I think they should be taking some questions.
Lexi, have you ever been on a shooting run over 3 games like you're on right now?
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to keep track of that after 5
so
years.
long.
but I mean, yeah, it's been feeling really good. I feel like we've played 3 really solid team offensive games over the last 3 games, and so that just opens up things on the inside and the outside for us. So.
But just the confidence and the mentality has to be sorted right now. Talk about the feeling out there when things are going like that.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, we had a great crowd tonight, lots of energy. So it was just really fun to be able to play in front of a crowd like that, and it always feels good when they go in.
Like the last game, are your teammates doing things to get you more open, or is the offense giving you more open shots than you were before the 3 games?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just we take what they give us. And in the last couple of games, people have really been attacking the paint, going off of 2 feet when the defense collapsed, and finding open shooters. And we've done a really, really good job of that, and just working to continue to control the basketball and win the paint as many times as we can.
Grace, early in the game when you had that and one, I know you were at the free throw line, and then someone in the crowd yelled like that was nasty or something like that.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to that? And then I'm surprised you made the free throw. You stayed composed, but what was going through your head?
So the and one, and then it was loud, and then it got really quiet, and
Yeah.
he said that was nasty. I think that was pretty funny. But no, I'm glad I made that free throw, minus the other ones. But no, I think it's when you're in this environment in Carmichael, being home and being able to experience that is a really amazing feeling.
Yeah, and 5 for 5 on the night. How was your shot and the looks you were getting? How do you feel?
It felt good. I mean, I was attacking, I was aggressive, but also trying to stay under control and look for my shot. So taking the shot without trying to force it, but definitely hopefully get on a good run now.
Basically, you were challenging their defense. You drew 6 fouls.
Mm-hmm.
Is that and so it was just by design trying to attack the rim.
I think it's when we've been talking about recently getting out in transition, but also seeing the outs when we get in the paint, looking for our shooters outside as the defense will collapse. So I think that's just a mix of making sure we're staying focused on the game plan and make sure we're also looking for our teammates as well.
Lexi, have you always thought of yourself as a shooter when someone says define your game or something? Is that the first word that comes to your head?
Always no, but I mean, I like to shoot, so I'm fine with it.
When do you think shooting became the biggest part of your game?
I would say just throughout my college career, it's continued to become more and more of a role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Growing up, were you not so much a power behind the
None
arc,
of it
or?
was catch and shoot.
Okay.
Growing up, it was all.
I mean, she's a
off the
gym in her
dribble.
house.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would say it's just as I've gotten to college and progressed throughout my career, it's just continued to be more and more.
Courtney, have you coached a player that's been on a perimeter shooting run like this over 3 games?
I mean, if she can't remember 5 years, you want me to remember 20? I mean, Lexi's so easy to coach because she's so competitive, and she gives it to you on both ends. So to be honest, I'm thrilled when she makes shots, but there's so many other parts of her game that we need her for. I mean, she's incredibly vocal. She very much knows the game plan, and she's able to share it. She infuses her teammates with confidence. She plays with joy. I mean, so yeah. I mean, I think I don't really know, to be honest, but we're certainly glad she's on our team.
Coach, how has this team adjusted from one half to the next? I know it was kind of 9 turnovers in the
Yeah.
second quarter and kind of let Wake back into it, but it seems like a lot of times this season you responded well in the third quarter. And how's that trend going?
Yeah, I mean, I think it shows the trust that we have throughout the roster and staff. We're trying to help, right? And so I think our halftime is a chance for us to be able to be okay, what's happening? Let's remember where we can be good and where we can be better. And these guys are all ears, and I give these are 2 fifth-year seniors that understand that there's ebbs and flows, and they're responsible for the positive as well as the negative at times. So we were able to show them, the pace and urgency, and I think when they see themselves not performing to the level they want, that helps.
Yeah. How important, you talk about their experience, how important is it to have a 5th-year guard coming off the bench for you and kind of providing that spark in the first quarter and third quarter?
Yeah, I mean, coaching Grace, she's such a great kid that she wants to do whatever this team needs. And, I feel like you can say it every which way, but her ability to be aggressive and to put pressure on the defense is what we need, right? But that at times might feel like we're asking her to be selfish, which we're not, right? And so I think she's adjusting to how her aggressiveness really is what this team needs. And as she said herself, it's an upward trend. I think she's gotten to that point where she sees it. People forget when people transfer that there is an adjustment period for them, no matter how good they are, right? Lexi's playing her best basketball now, right? And so the adjustment is, thank God it happened when it did, because we need this version of Grace. Yeah, that's how I'd answer that.
You say Lexi's playing her best basketball now. Is this the best basketball you've seen throughout her career here?
I think so, because she's so much more vocal. I mean, I know she's always been vocal, but I feel like as long as she knows what's happening out there, I feel like everything's okay. Like, she will make sure people defensively are doing what they need to do and all of that. She's doing more off the dribble. She's changing her pace off of screens better. She's quicker on her shot release, because that's what we need her to do. I think she wants to play basketball the right way, and sometimes you have to be able to just shoot it a little bit quicker than you might like, because that's what the defense wants. And so when you have two fifth-year seniors that are leaning into coaching, I mean, they deserve to be good, right? Because they're not done helping this team get better. So, I think she's playing her best basketball really on both ends, and how she's leading this team. Even when she was struggling a little bit, I commended her leadership. Like, she's been leading this team regardless of how it's been going for her. So she deserves this.
Just putting on your Coaches Association hat for a second,
Mm-hmm.
and I know this is last week, but
Yeah.
we talked a lot about the importance of just unit distribution. Finally, had that approved with this performance funds.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me a little bit about. I mean, what do you see as the impact of this potentially on a program like yours, but also, a conference like the ACC?
Yeah, I mean, I think what it does is it financially rewards your investment in basketball, right? And it's a long time coming when, there were more season tickets sold for the Iowa games than there were for the men's Indiana Pacers, right? Women's basketball is really on fire, and so it's time, right? And the fact that the only incentive that has been postseason financial incentive has been to the men, that puts a lot of pressure on administrations, because it means the better your men are, the better your athletic program is, right? And we're not an anchor, and we've proven it, right? And so now it's allowing these institutions like our own that have invested in women's basketball to be rewarded for that, right? And these guys will have to pay it forward, right, by performing well in the NCAA tournament. But it needed to happen. I'm not sure the distribution is yet where it absolutely will be. It needs to be. But it's the right step. It reminds me that, women weren't voting in the 60s, right? Like, you just sort of need a chance for people to, women just need to be given a chance. And if you're given a chance, we will prove our value.
Courtney,
Sorry. Question for both you, Coach, and Lexi. You said that a big point of emphasis was working on that quicker release.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of describe what that transition was like? Was that difficult? Was that over the summer? When did you make that change?
Yeah, I would just say it's been pretty constant throughout my years here. I don't know if it was like one specific thing, but it's like every drill that we do, the coaches are on me to get it off a little bit quicker. No matter how quick I get it off, if I think it's quick, it's not quick enough. Like, just continuing trying to get it just that much quicker so I can get it off against a team that would be able to contest it, but I'm able to get it off first.
Yeah, and we've just kind of, again, that makes it a little bit challenged at times, and she wants to play basketball the right way, so she doesn't want to take that challenge shot. Just like she wants to play basketball the right way, so she's going to make sure everybody's all set up the way they're supposed to, right? And us getting them to be more aggressive is why this team is continuing to get better.
so Courtney, best 20-game start in your 6 seasons here. What have been the big factors in getting you here to this point?
Robbie. Good players. And I think players that fit my personality in that work you put in, trust it, right? And it starts from the seniors and the fifth years. It starts with the coaching staff. Like, just trust the work you put in. And this has been, this is a labor of love. This is not something we sign in and sign out for. It's all the time, right? And so we've been able to get kids that believe in the work that needs to be put in, and then they trust the work that needs to be put in, and that they're here for the right reasons. They're here to win. They're here to be a part of something transformative, and they get because of that, right? So it's hard to win any game. I think I really like this team. I can't believe we only have 4 more home games, because I really liked coaching them. you know, I certainly like that we've won 20 games, but I like that I've really just enjoyed the journey. And, you know, we still got some holes that we've got to shore up, but they're better than they were a month ago, and that's what matters.
Is the biggest thing that worries you at this point the turnovers?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's always something, right? These poor guys, I'm never happy. It's either you miss free throws, or now you turn it over too much, or now you're not being aggressive enough, right? And I have to, on the way up here, Lexi said, hey, that's 18. And I have to remember that, right? I can be relentless, and I know that, right? And so that's why it's good that I love them, because I look at them and I'm like, you know, they're just good kids, right? They're really good people. But yeah, I mean, there's games, we've typically been really good with the ball. And I don't know why in the last 4 games we've been a little more careless with it. I don't know, but our shooting's better. So before I didn't like how we were shooting, but we were taking care of the ball, right? So I guess with being a little more aggressive, I'm gonna have to live with some more turnovers, but I'm not gonna have to live with 18, right? And they know that, and you know, we'll show it to them, and they'll adjust.
Grace, Lexi was saying it's easy to find her shot when people like you are driving the paint and then kicking it back out to the perimeter. Can you just talk about like that level of trust you have when you're kicking it out and how you see that in Lexi?
Oh, every time I drive, Lexi's always communicating where she is. Even today, I came to her in a timeout. I was like, let me know where you are in transition. Because every time I've had to her, I have complete faith and trust it's going to go in 9 times out of 10. And I believe it. Even if she's missed 3, I don't care. I'm going to get her the ball even more. Like, she was hot today, and it's like she's been hot so much this season. So I think just Lexi shows you time after time what she's going to do. She's reliable, and I think me being able to trust her, just like, I don't even think about it anymore, honestly.
Is Trey getting close?
Yeah, I mean, I saw her do her little dance there. I was like, come on now, if she can dance like that, she can play. Yeah, she's getting close. She's dancing again.
Great, thanks everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.